Oh, what is going on, guys? How is it going today? My name is Scapenomics, and welcome back to another flipping and money-making stream today, guys. But of course, before we get started today, I know you've noticed already something a little bit different on screen, and yes, that is 495 mil in the cash stack today. Now, a lot of you have been asking, hey, Scapenomics, can you just do like a live stream with a little bit less cash on hand, because I can't flip those kind of items. So that's what we're doing here today. We're working with a 495 mil cash stack, and it's definitely not because I'm down significantly on an investment that I'm waiting for to come back. That's definitely not the case. So don't even think that I don't have the money ready to go for a larger stream, right? But anyway, guys, we are going to be working with 495 mil today. We're going to see what we can do with that in the next hour to make up some money. And of course, if you guys do enjoy this one at any point in time, be sure to drop a like. It really does help us out a lot. And because there was some complaints last week about not having a beverage on our Friday stream, we've got the White Claw here today to help us in getting some gains. Very nice. Now, let's get into it today, guys. Hopefully, you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. We have Captain Jacket here, John Wallace as well, and Mad Dog 2020. Welcome, everybody, in the live chat. Now, let's bust into some flips today. We are working with a smaller cash stack, like I was mentioning earlier here in the stream. So the first flip we're going to do today is the Bandos Tacits. Now we're going to crack into these, see if we can get a good margin on them, and just rip them as quickly as possible. It's going to take up a lot of our money to actually go ahead and do the 8 Bandos Tacits that I would actually like to flip today. Now, at the same exact time, I would like to get some other items going here, and the Primordial Boots are actually looking pretty good as well. Now, the way we're going to play the Primordial Boots is we're actually going to list just a few of them here, and we're going to try to get a margin moving on that, and we'll go off of that as well. We'll get about maybe 3 Primordial Boots going at a time. We'll see if that actually works out in our favor. Again, smaller cash stack to start today. 495 mil start today, guys. Will we be able to do something with it? I think we will. And the next item I actually do want to go in on really quick is the Kodai Wand. The Kodai Wand is showing a very good margin right now. And I think we might be able to snipe a few mils on this thing right here in the short term. So we're going to get 2 of those Kodai Wands listed and ready to rip on the Grand Exchange. Happy Friday to everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Let's make some money on the markets today. Let me know if you're making money today, or maybe if you're losing money. Currently, I'm down about 60 mil on an investment that I made at the start of the day, right? So I don't have as much money to flip with today because of that reason. Now, that being said, I do think the investment will swing back in my favor. I just need to give it possibly a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Not sure how long it's going to take, but we will try to recover as much of that loss as we can, and at the same time make some gains on top of that, because I did my analysis on the item. Although I had very bad timing on the buy offer, I do think this item is going to go up in price in the short-term future. Not going to share what the item is, just out of like, how do you say it, like out of like a secrecy sake, just for, because I don't want to recommend an item, you guys buy into it because I'm bought into it. One, that would be some sort of manipulation, right? And 2, at the same exact time, I don't want to encourage an item that maybe won't go my way, that I'll actually lose money on, that you guys would end up losing money on too. So I'm not going to reveal the item yet, but once the flip is done, of course, I will reveal it, even if I lose multi-mils. Anyway, guys, welcome everybody to the stream today. We have Matt popping in. He says, that's huge. I gained 33.5 mil this week with the new live data. Congrats to you, Matt. You're crushing the Grand Exchange today. Now, we still have 98 mil on hand. I do want to get into the rest of the chat here, but it is extremely important here today that we do keep our flips moving. And the reason that is because we don't have as much money today, right? So we need to make sure we are flipping items here efficiently, effectively, and quickly. And just kind of cycling through as many items as we can as well, right? Now, the Primordial Boots, I think we might be off margin on those a little bit, so I'm actually going to adjust that offer here in the short term, and it does actually look like that was the case. So we're actually going to put in a new listing on those Primordial Boots. We'll try to get a few of those going. Maybe we'll do about 4 of them here in the short term. We're going to leave the Kodai Wands where they are right now. We did have a little bit of a movement on the margin for those, but I still think we're okay as far as a buy standpoint goes. I do want to go ahead and relist some of these Tacits as well. We do need to be a little bit more aggressive on those to pick out the rest of the quantity here, but we do have a bunch on hand as well, so let's turn around and sell those for a decent profit here as well. Very nice. Time to smack some T-bows around. Good to see you, Saints fan. We're not doing it today because I have a smaller cash stack to work with today. Starting with 495 mil today, my goal is a 5 mil profit. I don't know if we're going to get it, but we're going to do our best to actually get there. Hey, we'll see what happens, man. We have Octumon popping in. He says, hello, sir. Good luck on the flips today. Thank you, Octuman, man. Welcome to the stream. By the way, thank you for tuning in. Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws. That's right, Jay. And hopefully we can flip some claws today as well. Maybe you'll see how that goes. Hopefully make a decent amount of profit off those, man. And let's see here. Ancestral row bottom looking pretty juicy right now, actually. We'll try and get 2 of them. That could be a really risky one, though. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. And where did that tacit margin go? Let me find that. CLR margin for the tacit, so we're good there. We have Lish popping in as well. Good to see you, Lish. Thank you for tuning in today. We have Rudinate as well. Mark Baker. Welcome, everybody, in the chat today. We're going to try to make some gains today, guys. We are, again, working with a 495 mil cash stack today. A lot less than we typically work with because we had an investment that went sour. We need to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Now, I didn't lose the money. I just have the item that I'm holding, so we need to wait a little bit longer on that one. Now, I'm not too concerned about it yet. I will be monitoring this item that I'm invested in very closely over the weekend, over the next few days. I will look for a profit opportunity, and I probably will hold it for at least a couple of the quantity for a longer period of time. So anyway, I do want to go ahead and sell these Bandos Tacits back. These were actually working out pretty well for us, so I want to list these a little bit less than I had them listed before, but we're still making a decent profit on them. We also have the Primordial Boots going off as well. Super nice flip on those. I definitely want to keep flipping those Primordial Boots, especially if they're hitting at that margin. You'll be big. Keep up the content, my man. Thank you so much, Lish, dude. Do appreciate it. I do expect to continue to do YouTube. And look, I'm not really that focused on growth, but I am focused on growing my community. So guys, if you're not with me on Discord already, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. I love that Discord group that we've built over time, so we'd love for you to join it. And on top of that, guys, we also had Vulcan coming in with a membership over on YouTube. Vulcan, I know you've been a member for quite some time, so thank you so much for another couple months here of membership, man. Do appreciate it so much. Like, legitimately amazing, man. You've been a huge supporter of the channel. There he is, Vulcan, joining the Bank Standards Club for another month, man. Really do appreciate it. Big salutes in the chat to Vulcan, man. Thank you so much, dude. We have Jay Hefner saying, sometimes you gotta hodl. That's right, man. We have Vulcan saying he's paying the GE tax as well. Do appreciate it. And do appreciate the meme as well. Always appreciate it around here. Now, again, we are trying to get these ancestral row bottoms ripped on the Grand Exchange here. We currently are a little bit off margin on the ancestral row bottoms, but it's still showing a really, really strong margin here today, and I would hate to miss it. So we're going to go aggressive to try to get a few of these. The Kodai Wan's been sitting for a couple minutes, not really swinging in our direction at all here, right? So we're actually going to go back and list these for a little bit higher and see if we can fill out a few at a little bit higher of a price, about a 50k increase on the price for the Kodai Wan's here. Now, we do have the Bandos Tacits continuing to move here. We still are below margin on those, so we should be okay as far as sell offers go. We're going to be patient in the way that we do play that one. We still have 94 mil on hand. What should we flip with it? We're going to have to find out. Let's see. Looking for something good here. Here's a perfect one. Now, to teach you guys a little bit of how to flip with a smaller cash stack, you'll see here that I'm focused on these like medium to higher end PVM related items, right? Maybe not best in slot items, but close to best in slot. And we are flipping at one of the most competitive times to actually flip, so that's kind of a downside today. But you'll see that I'm rotating through about 4 to 5 of these medium volume items at a time with that 500 mil cash stack. I think it's very important to flip these medium volume items. You could throw like a couple high volume ones in there as well, and just monitor them a little bit less, just because the margins do fluctuate a lot on those. But at the same time, when you are flipping with a 500 mil stack, you do want to focus on these medium volume items. It's going to be the best way to make money with real-time prices. And of course, we're going to go back in on the rest of the tacits here, just because the margin, again, super strong today. And it actually just stretched out a little bit. So we're going to see if we can hit a larger margin than we were before on these. Not sure if we'll be able to, but it's definitely worth a shot. I think we can flip about 3 more of those, right? No, 4 more. Wait. 3 more. Duh. Anyway. Bad math, man. We're going to go back and sell these Kodai ones here. They do look like they're coming down in margin just a little bit here, but honestly, I don't believe it. We're going to list above margin here, and we should be okay in selling these off. Not a really big margin on them, though, sadly. Captain Jack says, do you flip any PvP gear? Now, I definitely will flip PvP gear if it has a solid enough margin. But today, we're going to flip anything that shows a good margin, honestly. And the Pegasians are actually showing a very good margin today. So I would like to get in on a few of these. Now, this stream is going to be a little bit more involved, a little bit more intense, because we are flipping items that are very commonly competed for from a profit standpoint, from a margin standpoint. And that's just, hey, that's the game you play when you flip with a smaller cash stack, right? You're not going to have access to those really high margin items that are a little bit less competitive just from a pricing standpoint. So you will have to be very competitive on your lower offers just to make sure you can buy and sell things. So it's just the name of the game with a smaller cash stack. It will get better as you go on. Idis says, do you use GE Tracker to find flips? Good to see you, Idis. Welcome to the stream today. No, I use the OSRS Price Wiki on the Favorites tab. That is how I find my margins. We also have Saints fan saying he hasn't done overnights since the market crash a couple of days ago. What is your strategy with overnights? List very, very low in these times and pray for the best, man. That's literally it. I wish I had better advice for you, but when markets are this volatile and items are going up and down at crazy speeds, you really need to keep that in mind. Like, definitely play on the safer side. If anything, it's better if a flip does not buy overnight than for it to buy and sell for a loss, right? So that's always a tip that I recommend people list very, very safely on those overnights. Matt Goldback says, is it possible for you to show your favorites tab? I'm using like 200 items, but I want a few more. Matt, we do have a list on our Discord of a lot of items that I like to flip. So if you join us on Discord, you can actually see that quote-unquote favorites list. Basically, all those items on that list, I do also have on my favorites tab. So there might be a few more that are on my favorites, but that's going to encompass about 90% of it. So I would definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. We also have DJ saying, Ayo, good to see you, DJ. Thank you for tuning in today. We also have Catalyst OSRS asking a great question. It's not a noob question, by the way, man, so welcome to the stream. This stream is all about learning how to flip anyway, so we're very receptive to questions here. He says, sorry for the noob question, but what's the best way to find out what items have a good margin? The best way to do it is if you go on the OSRS Price Wiki, the website, or if you just go to the old school RuneScape wiki and go from there to the real-time prices site. You can filter the items by largest margins, so that would show you which margins are the biggest, but just because it's the biggest doesn't really mean it is the best. Keep that in mind. Log out in max spray bonus for max overnight profit. Wild Muffin, man. That was, I mean, hey, it's a meta I haven't tried, man. It could work, though. You never know, dude. Just pray your overheads. You're all good, man. Rage Virus popping in. He says, how's it going? Good to see you, Rage. Thank you for tuning in today. Rage, we are working with a smaller cash stack today. We're going to see what we can do with about 500 mil in the inventory. We actually started with 495 mil. So we're trying to see what we can do with a smaller cash stack today. Try to show you guys as well, like how you would manage a smaller cash stack. And I'll tell you one thing right now, we definitely need to rearrange some of these items here. We got a lot of stale items not really moving for us here at the current moment. So I do want to make sure we actually readjust a lot of this stuff. And we have Rage Virus with the 100 bits, man. He says, had to tune in to resub. Is that a White Claw? It is. It is a Ruby Grapefruit White Claw, like we always enjoy on this lovely, lovely Friday evening. Rage, cheers for the 100 bits, man. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream today. Definitely drop a like if you are, and really do appreciate your continued support, not only in the stream, guys, but also in our Discord group. He is one of our largest partners over on Discord. So thank you so much, Rage. We really appreciate your support here on this channel. And guys, give Rage a round of applause, man. He's done a lot for the flipping community, especially our own community. So thank you, Rage. We have Josh Gomez popping in on YouTube. He says, hey man, I love your streams. They're relaxing, but generally because of work, I cannot stick around. Hope you blow up soon and get more followers. Josh, I'm doing my best, but I'm all about growing my own community here and teaching you guys how to flip with the best flipping strategies, even in this real-time price meta, which I know has been throwing a lot of you guys off. So I'm doing my best to learn it as well. It's not the easiest thing to learn, especially with the smaller cash stacks. You really have to be crafty in the way that you figure these things out. So we will will be testing and continuing to test and creating guides for smaller cash stacks in the real-time price meta, but you do have to give me some time because these are not easy things to figure out. They take a lot of testing. You have to test your profit per hour, compare it to other methods, and really see where you stand within that meta, right? So there is a little bit of ambiguity behind it. Now, we currently have one Justiciar armor set, which actually instant bought, but I'm actually going to leave that offer there. I do think we can stretch this margin a little bit considering the volatility on the Justiciar pieces today, and I think we might be able to stretch that out, get a nice little margin for us today, and get some money, guys. Now, we did get those Kodai wands off as well. I'm actually going to cycle back into those Kodais at a cheaper price, guys. I don't know if these are actually going to fill, but I'm hoping they do because that was actually a pretty good profit on those, right? So we'll hope it does. And currently we're up about 468k, 2 mil an hour right now with the 500 mil stack. We need to get that going a little bit more to actually hit our goal, so we'll see if we can do that. I'm not super confident in it right now, though, although we are seeing some decent margins. We're just gonna be like, how are we gonna hit these things? We got to keep focused and keep listing items, guys. Keep watching our margins. And the Ancestral Road Bottom totally running away from us here. We'll relist those as well. Where did those go off to? Let's see. My eyesight's like not that great, guys, so if you ever see me like squinting at the screen, I'm looking to see where the margin is and try to figure out how to type it in game and stuff like that. So please don't judge me, man. I usually wear glasses, but I don't think I've ever worn glasses on stream. So fun fact about me, I guess. We're going in big on the Ancestral Road Bottoms. I see a lot of upward movement on those right now. A lot of bullish signs on that Ancestral Road Bottom, just from the graph standpoint and from the price movement standpoint. So we'll see if we can get a few of these really quick. Refreshing, says Rage Virus. Absolutely, man. Grapefruit is slept on. Honestly, Wild Muffin, it sort of is, but Black Cherry... Come on, guys. Everyone likes the Black Cherry. Come on. We have Kevin... Ackerman asking, is the current crash in higher tier items helping flipping or not? Kevin, that is actually a really, really good question. Now, a lot of people assume it doesn't help flipping because item prices are going down, right? But when items aggressively move in either a downward or an upward direction due to a lot of volatility, it actually is very helpful for active flipping, right? Because it stretches those margins out and makes the profit potential on a lot of the items larger. So it actually does help active flipping. Of course, it could be helpful from an investment standpoint as well if you time it correctly. But for the most part, I think a lot of volatility on items like that is actually beneficial, and I think a lot of people in the live chat will agree that it is a beneficial effect that the markets have. Now, anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, please drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. We've only got 3 likes right now. I know we can do better than that over on YouTube, so if you're watching over on YouTube, definitely smack that like button. It really helps me out a lot. Also, I wanted to say, if you're not with us already on Discord, feel free to join us with the link in the description below. We would love to have you in that Discord group. We have a Discord dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced flipper, we'd love to have you in there. Show off your own flips, ask questions. It's all good. Time in there. And of course, if you have any personal questions for me about how to manage a cash stack or what items you should flip, feel free to message me personally on Discord. I do respond to all of my DMs. It just, sometimes it takes me a while, okay, guys? Like, sometimes everyone's like, why won't you respond immediately? Hey, it's not that easy, man. We have Vaz giving us a follow over on Twitch. Vaz, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the flipping team. Hopefully you're having a good time today. I know I am. The Friday streams, guys, always an incredible vibe on the Fridays, right? So we're going to go ahead and sell these Dragon Claws back. Hope for some profit on those. Our profit right now is looking kind of bad, guys. Not going to lie. We're not having a lot of success moving some of this stuff around. We have Kevac giving us a follow on Twitch as well. Thank you, man. Do appreciate it. DJ says, I'm surprised you DM us at all. One day you'll be too big to answer DMs. I know, but for now, let's, you know, for now, I try to make it a point, right? I want people to have a personal experience with my channel. I want people to feel invited, like they can ask questions. This channel is all about teaching people how to flip, right? So that's why we have these streams. That's why we, you know, do this open dialogue sort of deal, and we encourage questions a lot. And speaking of questions, we have Idas asking, with a 100 mil cash stack, what's your suggested max offer slot / item price amount? About 10 mil, I would suggest, in a slot. And then you kind of want to divvy that up across multiple items. That is the most risk-adverse way to do it. We have John Wallace coming in with the $2. He has been a crazy donator these past few days. Thank you so much, John Wallace, for the $2, man. Seriously, dude. incredible. And I know you really like the stream, so thank you, man, for tuning in. Seriously, your support means everything, man. I mean, this is just a hobby for fun, but it always feels good when someone thinks it deserves real dollars. Really do appreciate that, man. Whew. What a start to the weekend, boys. Am I right? Jeez Louise. All right, let's get these ancestral robe sets moving. We honestly have not had any luck on them yet. Again, like I said before, a really aggressive upward trend on these right now. So again, we're going in aggressive, man. I want to get a nice buy offer in there. I want to buy some ancestral robe bottoms. I think it could be one of our biggest flips for us today, so I would like to keep close on that margin. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or any flipping related questions, please let me know in the live chat. There we go. We needed that. The Just This Year armor set is selling off. Very happy about that. We also need to rotate this this Zamorak and Hasta margin here a little bit, just because it's looking a little stale. I think we're going to exit this one and go on to another item, just considering the margin on it right now. And instant sold. Very, very nice. We get out of that one super, super easy. DJ says, putting in some low ball offers for the next hour. Good luck, DJ, on those flips, man. We also have Vaz asking a question. Vaz, I'll get to it in 1 second here. Let me just relist a couple items here so we can keep our profit moving. We're going to go back in on those Just This Year armor sets again. Hopefully that does work out for us. We're going to swap out of the Kodai here. We do need to do a little bit of management on our items right now to make sure we can actually hit some margins. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to knock these Dragon Claws down just a little bit here. The margin on them is still okay. It's not as good as it was, but that's fine. And let's do the... Ooh, that looks pretty good. I don't know. All right, we'll try it. We're going to try to get an Arcane Spirit Shield going. These things have come down a lot in price these past few days here, so we're going to try to flip one, man. Vaz says, what would you advise to begin when I have around 8 mil GP? I've done mass flipping with lower GP items, but it's very slow. Vaz, unfortunately, it is slow, but that is the best way to learn how to flip in the beginning and is the most risk-adverse way to actually flip. You're going to want to stick to those high-volume items with that really small cash stack, and the reason that is because the flips are very safe and the profit is consistent. You don't really have a lot of money to be trying to flip these, you know, PVM-related items or like Carol's leather tops, for example, a really good smaller cash stack flip, but you can only do like 2 or 3 at a time. It's probably not worth your money to do that, and it's too risky. I recommend sticking to those high volume items: nature runes, law runes, death runes, sharks, monkfish, mana rays, Zulrah scales, amethyst crystal, everything like that. Just crush that day in and day out. Build that cash stack up, right? Try to get to that 10 mil cash stack, okay? If you can get to that 10 mil cash stack, you'll know you are gaining profits, and it's going to encourage you to keep on going. Ask a lot of people in the chat. We have some people who are new here. We have some people who have been here for, honestly, years, and a lot of them did not start with a large cash stack. They started out with very little knowledge, and they've just built it up over time from tuning into the streams, watching some of my content, watching other flippers' contents, but most importantly, getting on the Grand Exchange, trying out items for themselves, and really figuring out which strategy is going to work best for them. At the end of the day, that's the only way you're really going to learn. You can watch all these guides all you want, but until you actually do it and get that first-hand experience, you're never going to know if you're good at it or not. That was a classic Scapenomics rant right there. Anyway, man. Rage Driver says, do you think the proposed transmog for the Just This Year set will be tradable? Just glanced at the blog from today. Similar to the ornament kits for items. I doubt it, because it's more of like one of those items that I believe this is how they worded it, but it's like an achievement, right? Like if you beat the chambers, not the chambers, the Theater of Blood on a certain difficulty, you get this ornament kit, right? So I do not think this will be tradable. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a tradable thing. I think it's more of like an achievement related item. Good question though, Rage. Let's see. New tiered Theater of Blood items might put a dent in item sourcing from there. I think a lot of these new Theater of Blood changes are actually going to drive demand in the short term. I see a lot of potential on Just This Year armor sets and a couple other, items related to Theater of Blood. Of course, over time, there will be more supply that comes into the game, but in the short term, from an investment standpoint, I do see very bullish signs on those items. And we got to move this Arcane back up, man. It's already shooting back up in price. Let's see. We got to get some other stuff moving around here. Dragon Claws actually ending up selling off very, very nice today. We got to keep busting our butt here to actually make some decent profit. And I think we're going to go in on these Ranger Boots next, guys. This is not a flip I do very often. Ranger Boots take a lot longer than most people think. And it's definitely not a flip you want to rush. You can get like 200, 250, 300k margins on the Ranger Boots. You just have to have a little bit of patience. And we'll check the margin on those Justiciar armor sets as well. I know those have tried to get away from us here, but I think we're still on margin for those, so we're all good. The ancestral ones aren't. I doubt they will. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Wait, but ancestral is Chambers of Xerix. Oh, you're talking about the cosmetic item. Duh. That was a really dumb response by me. You know, the ruby grapefruit White Claws get into me, okay? Now, let's go ahead and try to get some other items going here. I do want to do these primordial boots just because they were a really solid flip a couple minutes ago, and I would like to get back in on them just because they were such an easy flip, went really quickly, and I think that trend might continue here, at least in the short term. So let's go back and try to get a few more of the primordial boots. Just make sure we're on a good listing there. Okay, we're going to try to get 4 of these. Still have 146 mil on hand to actually flip with. Very, very nice. Very happy about that. And we'll go ahead and try to flip something like... I don't know. I'm looking through my item list right now, trying to find something that looks decent enough for us to get our hands on today. And this will work. Dragon Warhammer. Definitely a good option for us today. Do want to flip these. They are showing a very decent margin right now as well, so we might as well get in on it. Dragon Warhammer over a 50k margin, so I'm happy with that. Let's see. And we'll go on 2 of them to begin with. DJ says, I started flipping with 300k. It's not big money, but it's something. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend ever flipping with that small of an amount, just because you're not going to make enough money from flipping to actually see the benefits of it. But you can definitely make a little bit that way. Anyway, guys, I hope you are enjoying the stream today. Welcome to the stream. Be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying. We just passed that 1 mil profit mark. We did start with a 495 mil cash stack today. So again, we are working with less than we typically work with here on these streams. And look at that, man. Arcade Spirit Shield going crazy right now. Now, the Elysian Spirit Shield, I don't know if anyone's noticed this as well, but that Elysian Spirit Shield has been coming down in price a lot these past couple of days. I think it's down about 100 mil, maybe, from where it was last week. So it's really coming down a lot in price. I think that will continue to fall in price, to be quite honest, but we'll have to see. It's kind of weird because the thing about that... Elysian Spirit Shield. The thing about it was it held a lot of its value when a ton of these other items were crashing during this downtrend, right? So it's weird to see now it's kind of having like a late reaction and finally starting to crash. It's weird to see it under 1 bill, that's for sure, considering it's been over 1 bill for about the past 6 months or so. Now, I do want to get another item going here. Let's do the Armadillo Crossbow next. These are looking a little bit interesting today. We don't have a super accurate margin on it right now, but we will try to hunt a few of these, try to make some profit on it, and we'll go in on a lot of them if we can. We can do 4, I think. Yeah, we'll do 4. We did get the Arcane Spirit Shield as well, so I would like to turn this one around. Again, we're not going to get a huge margin on that Arcane Spirit Shield, unfortunately. I was trying to get it for a cheaper price, but again... kind of ran away from us from a profit standpoint, so we weren't really able to do that. We do have these Dragon Warhammers, though, so let's go ahead and sell those back. And, of course, we can't get them off for our original margin that we wanted to get them for, which is a little bit unfortunate. Mr. Mick says, what sort of profit do you aim to make on each of these items generally? It really depends, mister. I would say, like, I typically aim for something that's going to net me... total, like, at least 300k at least. That's like typically where I aim for. If it gives me a little bit more, awesome. If it gives me a little bit less, sometimes I still take it. It really depends on how the market's looking that day. If I can find other items that might be a little bit better, or if I'm really struggling, I'll take smaller margins. But if things are really lucrative, I'll obviously try to hunt bigger margins because I think that potential is there. Now, the thing with flipping, which makes it one of the most unique moneymakers, if not the most unique moneymaker in old school RuneScape, is flipping is not consistent, right? Some days there's a lot of volatility where item prices are going crazy. Some days there's no volatility and items prices are really stiff and it's harder to make money, right? And, you know, there's benefits and drawbacks to each situation. When margins are tighter, there's a little bit less risk because things aren't really going to crash on you that much, but you're going to walk away with smaller profits. When things are really volatile, prices are moving around a lot, you can make a lot of money, but it's a lot more risky to actually flip these items. So there's pluses and minuses to flipping in old school RuneScape, and that's what makes it the most unique moneymaker. It's the only moneymaker that scales with your cash stack for the most part. I mean, I guess you could buy better gear for PVM or something like that as you get more money, but it's a really unique moneymaker in the game. Probably, in my opinion, by far the best moneymaker because it's the only one that really makes you a significant amount of money when you're offline. There's a lot of benefits to learning how to flip, guys, and honestly, if you haven't ever flipped before and you have any interest in doing so, give the channel a subscription, give it a follow, tune into these live streams. We have so much content relating to flipping and money making here on Old School RuneScape. We have an entire Discord group dedicated to it as well. So if it's a big interest of yours and you want to get into it, we have the perfect platform for you to do so. So don't miss that opportunity and join us in our Discord group. Could I be like a freaking, what is it, like an app, like a TV advertisement? Like, I feel like I kind of have that flow, but anyway. Is it bad that I'm adding items to my favorites list during your stream? Absolutely not, man. You can do that. Saints fan says, it seems like there's a lot of resistance on the T-bow at the 1 bill mark. Do you think if it drops below 1 bill, we could see it run down even further? Absolutely. Yeah, I think so, for sure. But you're right about that, though. There is a lot of resistance at that 1 bill price point, right? So it's interesting to see. Keith says, hi from the aisle. Good to see you, man. He says, do you flip many hours offline or do you not generally flip when you're streaming? Great stream is normal. Thank you, dude. Keith, so typically I don't do active flipping sessions unless I'm recording or streaming for you guys. I don't think I've done an active flipping session outside of a stream in a really, really long time. Not that it's like, I don't know, a bad thing necessarily, but I kind of have a lot of cash to where I can make a decent amount of money by just setting overnight flips or setting passive flips and stuff like that, to where I'm not going to really spend a lot of time active flipping just because it's not really worth my time as much as it used to be. Trust me, when it comes to active flipping, I did my time. I have done my time. I mean, you go back and look at all those live streams. It's not like I guess it's technically a rags to riches story, but not really like that. I put in a lot of hours to get to my cash stack where it is now, and I'll continue to put in work until I get to that 10 bill mark. That's definitely my next goal, and then after that, probably going to go for that 100 bill, guys. Just because RuneScape to me is flipping. Like, you know, like that's what it's all about for me. So I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous to a lot of you, but flipping is my passion. It's what I love making content on, and I'm all about it, man. Mr. Mix says, cheers, man. I love your energy. Thank you, dude. He says, what do you think of nightmare items? They seem so volatile and risky at the moment. Well, any item can be, you know, have extreme risk, right? And the higher a price point of an item, typically the riskier it is. But that being said, the lower supply as well, the larger fluctuations are going to happen because there's just so less supply to go around. So when people demand those items, they shoot up. Or when people don't want them, they shoot down. So, I mean, nightmare items, you know, they're always going to have that very volatile standpoint. What I think about them right now, I mean, honestly, I haven't really been looking at them that much. I think there are better items you can flip right now just because they have been trending down relatively aggressively from what I've seen. But let's go ahead and do these primordial boots. We got to sell these back. And we did get that Arcane Spirit Shield off. The problem with that Arcane was I took a lot less profit on that one just because I got very nervous about where the direction of the price was going to go on that one. So we're actually going to list a little bit lower than our previous buy offer, and we're going to let that do its thing. Also, these Ranger boots, I do think we're going to be able to squeeze at least a decent margin on them today. No luck on the Armadillo crossbows yet. We're going to have to adjust those around. They're not really that good of a margin anymore, though. They're still okay. They're okay. We'll do them. And we'll try to get something else going here as well. Struggling to find some good margins now. Earlier in the stream, I was seeing a lot of opportunity, but right now I don't see nearly as much as I was in the, the earlier part of the stream. So we might be looking for some new items here as we go on. And we'll try to get some of these Armadillo chest plates in as well. If it's a quote-unquote work day, how often do you log in to check your flips? I don't log in at all to RuneScape during my work hours. I mean, I wish I could. I just don't do it out of, like, principle of having good work ethics. So I don't think you should, you shouldn't really be playing RuneScape if you're supposed to be working. That's the way I look at it. And I don't feel like I'm obligated to actually look at RuneScape when I'm, like, flipping like that, because I know, like, what time frame I'm aiming to flip over, and that would be about an 8-hour period. Typically, actually, I only set my overnights when I log off for the night, and then when I log back in, I just log on, I list them to sell, and then I just close RuneScape and go to work, and I come back, and usually all the items have sold by the time I get back. That's typically the way I do it, although if I wanted to, I could log back on, like, during lunch and set more passives and come back to them later. But I mean, honestly, like, I've done so much flipping that I've gotten very lazy with it, just in the way that I manage things. Like, even overnight, sometimes I forget to set flips and things like that, but I'm not exactly, like, struggling for the cash like I was back in the day, where I was super dedicated to just, try to get as much money as possible. I'm not, look, I promise I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, I put in the time prior to this, and now I can be a lot more lazy with it and still make very good returns. I made 2 mil from one Infinity Row bottom flip overnight yesterday. Super good flip, Witty, man. So glad to see you back in the live stream, by the way. And that's an incredible margin, man. Congrats to you. No luck yet on these Ranger boots, excuse me, but we're going to be very patient with those. I do think they're going to work out for us, but we're going to have to take a little bit smaller of a margin, I guess. Gyroscope says, I have some more water for you as well. Come trade me, Gyro, man. I'm here at the Grand Exchange, ready to accept it. An old channel meme, man. See, this is funny. We have Vaz saying, is your career economics or finance related? Sorry if it's a bit personal, just interested. It's actually not, but a lot of people do ask that. Holy... Gyra coming in with the 338,000 vials of water today. Guys, if you didn't know, we actually do collect vials of water. I'll show you the stack here in a minute. Thank you so much, dude, for the vials of water. Really do appreciate it. Let's actually go check and see what our vial of water stack is looking like today. 25... we made it! 26 million! Let's go, boys! 26 million vials of water, 100% viewer donated, by the way, okay? So that's thanks to you guys. We're at the 26 mil mark. We're going to make it to that 100 mil, okay? It's just going to take a while, but we're going to get there. I might be 30 by the time we get there, but hey, if we make it, we make it, guys. Thank you to everyone who's donated water. A special shout out to Gyroscope for those vials of water that took us over the 25 mil mark. Thank you, man. I meant like before and after work. Yeah, I mean, I should. But here's the thing is, like, after work for me is typically when my streams happen. So, like, I can't really set flips during that time, right? So, and that's typically why I don't, set more buy offers before the workday starts, because I don't want to eat into my 4-hour buy limits before the stream starts. That's, like, another reason. Or have to wait to sell things off as well. We have DJ, I missed your comment. He says, between more T-bows coming into the game and the nerf, it got possible to dip below 1 bill. Definitely, man. Definitely. Jay says, I think the RS market has a lot of mental price points since there's a lot of behavioral trading, etc. Definitely, man. Especially like resistance levels and things like that. And then people continue to buy in based on those resistance levels. Just considering how advanced the player base has become, looking at item graphs and real-time prices as well. I mean, we have super accurate item data now compared to what we had before. So it's super awesome. Michael says, what do you do for a living? I work in IT support, man, which is surprising to most people. Are you trying to make streaming full-time eventually? Not really, Michael. I mean, it's kind of just like a passion of mine that I do it on the side, and, you know, I could put more effort towards, you know, creating videos and making more live streams or streaming every day, whatever it is, but, like, I also want to live my life as well, so, like, for me, it's not exactly, like... trust me, I love doing this kind of stuff. I love making videos for you guys, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to bust my butt off to, make sure I have a video every single day, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to put in effort to the channel, but I'm not someone who thinks this will be a full-time thing for me. If we get there one day, amazing, I'll definitely consider it, but it's, again, not something that I'm trying to pursue actively. We just have a good time on these streams, man, okay? And I realize that streaming, you know, an hour a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's really not that much time streaming, so... I've always wondered who that character is in your Twitch YouTube display pic. It's my character, actually, but it was a long time ago when we wore a different outfit. If you go back to, like, the early streams, man, you'll see a couple outfit changes. I haven't gotten a new icon since. Should I try to work on a new avatar picture? Oh, I do have something, though. New Scapenomics stickers, possibly in the works, guys, okay? I know you guys liked the one sticker that we had. Let's see if I have a copy around here. I don't. But I know you guys like that Scapenomics Hellcat sticker that I had. There is some more in production, guys, so stay tuned. The Witty says, you suggest flipping with rare items such as Third Age. I made some money from some Mage Robe flips, but they can take a while, and they use up my cash stack. I mean, it depends, right? Like, how good are you at flipping these items? Can you flip them relatively consistently? Can you make a good profit off of it? How much money do you have? Like, how much free cash do you have at the same time? There's a lot of different factors that go into it. How much risk are you willing to take? These are all, like, considerations that you have to consider when you are flipping these larger, riskier items. And for me, personally, I can take that risk with my cash stack, and I feel comfortable doing that just based off experience. But if you're new to flipping, it's probably not something that you want to go after right away. You can still make a lot of money flipping, you know, different kind of items, right? They're a lot safer. You know, Dragon Hunter Crossbow, Dragon Hunter Lance, things like that. And also, we just got a really good margin on the Arcane Spirit Shield. Very happy about that. Hopefully that makes sense, Witty. Sometimes it's not worth it to hold an item in hopes that it will go back up to the price level you want while having your cash stack locked up and not being able to do anything with it. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, please drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. We need as many likes on YouTube as we can get. Currently, we're at 9 likes. I'm hoping we can get that to like 15 likes by the end of the stream. That would make me feel really good. So would appreciate you guys dropping a like on this lovely, lovely Friday stream. Also, if you're not with us on Discord, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. And let's keep flipping. Let's see. We have Vaz saying, what do you do when a flip fails? Do you hold on to it until you profit, or do you take the loss? Again, these are good questions. They're just not that straightforward to answer. I mean, it depends, right? Do you need to hold that cash? Like, do you need to hold that item like, do you need the money right away? Are you comfortable taking the loss? Do you have, is there a reason the item might recover? Is there not reason it might recover? These are all things you have to consider when you are flipping with that cash, or like you have that item, right? It's kind of it's not an easy situation to explain. It's something that's actually a little bit more advanced. If you are a beginner, I would recommend selling out of the position just out of a safety standpoint. So a lot of the times, if I have a flip that I determine is going bad, so let's say I'm trying to flip something over a 4-hour period, I buy into it, it crashes about 500k for each, we'll say it's like the Scythe of Vitur, and I'm down maybe 3 mil total, I'll usually, and I don't think it's going to come back up, I'll usually sell out of that flip, I'll take the loss. If it recovers after, so be it, but it's better to take a small 3 mil loss than a potentially 15 or 20 mil loss overnight, right? So it's all about managing risk, and taking small losses can easily be recovered. Taking big losses is going to take a lot of time to recover, and you don't want to take those. Sometimes the answer is sell half at a loss, hold half. That's another answer too. You could sell half of your investment at that time and just get some money back to active flip or do something like that. Take some risk off the table and hope that it goes back up. It could continue to go down, but if it continues to go down further, then you sold some at the higher price. So you're actually like averaging in, which is a really good strategy. Thanks for bringing that up, DJ. Did forget about mentioning that one. Not a lot of people like to do that though, because they want the maximum gains. And hey, I get it, man. I get it. Let's do the, let's see. Trying to get some other stuff going here, guys. A little bit stale on items to flip today, gotta be honest. This one looks decent, though. We're going to do the Ceradome and God Swords here. We're going to get 4 of those going here on the exchange. We still have 74 million GP left to actually put into something else. So we will go ahead and flip something else with that amount. Let me see. Wow, the Dexterous Prayer Scroll actually recovering in price a fair bit. I'm surprised to see that. We'll do the Bandos Chestplate. This will be good. Bandos Chestplate. Let's get that listed, guys. Keep in mind that we are working with a smaller cash stack than we typically would today. I'm definitely invested in some bad items right now that I need to hold out and see for a few more hours. So, Val says, just went and liked the YouTube stream. A true champion, man. Thank you so much, dude. Do appreciate that. Let's see. You reminded me of that strat earlier. Yeah, it's a really good strategy. It's probably the strategy I take every single time something goes badly. I'm not doing it on this current one that I have, though, because I just feel like it really is going to go back up. I'm a little bit biased, I guess. Armadillo Crossbow. Let's go ahead and sell this for a little bit less here. Trying to get that off. Would be nice if we could pull in that 2 mil profit mark by the end here. Thought we were going to do a little bit better, actually, but I guess we're not doing horrible. Hunting for some more items here, guys. I have my item list in the bottom corner here, so if you see me looking down, it's just because I'm actually looking for some items to flip. Lots of stale items here today. These Armadillo chest plates probably need an adjustment, right? Yeah, these things are dead, man. These Pegasians, though, they actually look really good, but I couldn't get them before. We'll try and get a few. Zolver scales at 95 GP? Yo, what the heck? 95? That went a lot lower than I thought it would. That's really interesting. I guess people are just not really believing in the blowpipe with these suggested changes. Fair enough. I mean, that's fair enough. Anyway, guys, we're at 14 likes over on YouTube. The goal was 15 likes today. If we can smack it up to 15 likes, I would definitely appreciate it. We're so close. I want to hit it before the end, right? So would appreciate that, of course. If you can't do it, I understand. I understand. Also, we're waiting on those Ranger boots, by the way, which are taking a little bit longer than I thought. We did get the Armadillo crossbow off, though. Very happy about that. I don't know if we made a lot of money on that last one. What? Really? Okay. I guess we lost money on those. Feels bad, man. My stream says 15 likes. Okay, mine says 14. I don't know why, but regardless. Thank you guys for the 15 likes. Do appreciate it. Okay, Ceradome and God Sword's running away from us. You can see how, like, intense I have to stay on top of my margins with a smaller cash stack, right? It's, like, very, very intensive. We still have 157 mil, though. We're going to leave the Arcane Spirit Shields there. I do think we could have some luck on that if we just wait a little bit longer. Will Zolver Scales ever recover? Yeah, probably eventually, man. Witty says, do you keep an eye on updates and hold on to weapons such as the Dragon Warhammer to sell? Absolutely. That is the best way to make investments, is update-related investments. So if you know some content is getting added to the game and you know an item that's going to go up in price, well, you better buy in and hold, buddy, because those are going to be the most lucrative opportunities that you are going to get. I've done a few in my time, I'll say that. We'll do, let's see. I can't find anything, man, that I'm really excited about. These look okay, though. There we go. Got some Pegations coming through. We also have the Ranger Boots selling off. Very happy about that. I don't know. Oh, the profit did get tracked. Okay. We'll do these Pegations back on the exchange here. Oh, wow. We got them all fairly quickly. A little bit nervous. We should be okay on those. Not too worried about it. Toxic Trident needs scales, so they'll still have a solid purpose. It just depends on how much demand is really needed. And, you know, Zara is obviously a very popular boss. People do it a lot, so it's something to keep in mind as well. There's a lot of supply in that. And, of course, bots contribute to that supply, but probably not as significantly as you might think. Witty says, I gotta jump off to get my hair cut. Thanks for the stream. See you on the next one. See you later, Witty, man. Thank you for tuning in today. Seriously, man. Do appreciate it. And have a good weekend, by the way. Let's see. Any buyers in chat? Taking a while to get some of this stuff going. Elder Mall here. We could flip some Elder Malls. There's only a 20k margin on them, though, which for the Elder Mall, in my opinion, it's really not that great. We could definitely do a lot better on that. Luckily, we're getting the Pegations off, though. Pretty happy about that. Try to get a few more, actually. Really struggling to find, like, solid margins that are actually holding through for us today. Seems to be a lot of price movement. It is a very active time, so I'm a little bit surprised that things are not as stable. But I guess it is what it is, right? The Dragon Crossbow might be a decent flip for us today. I did forget about these, since we are working with, like, sort of a smaller cash stack. I did kind of forget to flip some smaller items that should still make us a consistent profit here, and that is going to be the Dragon Crossbow. So we're going to try this today, see if we can make a little bit of money on it. Try and get, like, 20 of them, if we can. We still have 110 mil. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's actually good. That's actually good. Because we didn't fill out our limit, which means we didn't instant buy all of them. But there we go. That's a good sign. We'll get a little greedy with it, man. And we'll actually list a few more here. Try to pick up some of the active supply. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we might as well try for the stream, right? Let's see if it does. Whew. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good Friday today. We're just trying to move some items around here and try to hit that 2 mil mark by the end of the stream. I mean, you know, it's funny, right? Because I've been so used to working with this larger cash stack that now when I flip smaller cash stacks, it's a lot harder for me to actually profit. So it's a whole new experience for me. I haven't really done a lot of low cash stack flipping since the real-time prices came out. So I'm doing my best to actually make profit here today and find items that are actually worthwhile to flip. These are buying really fast, but let's just keep going, man. Maybe a little too fast, though. They should swing in our favor. We do have a very aggressive buy offer on those, and we are the only market player picking them up, so that I know of, at least. And the Kodai is showing a decent margin again. Let's try to get another one of those. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping in old school RuneScape, be sure to let me know. We're coming up on that last 10 minutes here, trying to squeeze out that profit. How much are we going to be able to make? I'm not sure, but we're trying to cross that 2 mil mark here at the end. The Spectral Spirit Shields, if they do buy, will actually do that for us, but it's looking a little bit stiff. I don't know if we're going to get them. We'll try here. Okay. We have Vulcan saying, when everyone was using the blowpipe market, was able to handle the dumps, but since my experience, less people have faith on it. Also, keep in mind that there are a lot less people playing RuneScape than there was a couple of months ago. We also have Sickness 410 giving us 100 bits. Thank you so much, Cygnus, man. Do appreciate that. What made you decide to throw the bits today, man? Seriously, do appreciate it. This is just a fun hobby we have, and it always feels good when we get some financial support from the audience. So thank you so much, man. Hopefully you're doing well on this lovely Friday evening. Let's make some profit, guys. Whew, we're trying to keep it together, man. It's funny, we have a sort of a margin straddle on the... Okay, well, we did on those big Asians, but now we no longer. But that's fine. That's fine. Luke says, I had a profitable item, but then a YouTuber made a video on it. Ooh, that's tough, man. Cygnus says, I haven't been by in a while. Need to stop by and show some support. Cygnus, man, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome back, by the way. Hopefully, you have been flipping during your time away from the stream. And it's always good to see people who are longer-term fans come back and say hi and especially support. Really do appreciate that, man. Toxic Tanny giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you, man. Cygnus also says, hope the gains have been well. They've been decent. Today, we haven't been making as much money because I'm using a smaller cash stack than I typically would. And look at that, guys. What did I tell you, man? We hold through that offer. Now we've kind of bumped the price up on those dragon crossbows. Super happy to see that, dude. Amazing. Keith says, isn't Blowpipe due for a nerf soon? It is. That is also why the price of these Ultra Scales is going down. Definitely plays a big factor into it as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you are enjoying the stream today. Drop a like if you are. Also, if you're not with us on Discord, we have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, so be sure to join that. We have these dragon crossbows just selling off at crazy speeds right now. Super happy to see it. We might be able to get them off for a bit more. We won't risk it. We won't risk it. And the Kodai one came through as well. Do want to turn this around. Maybe sell it for pretty good margin, about 100K. No luck on the Spectrals yet, though, even though we're on margin. Let me just double check that. Ooh, I guess we're not on margin anymore. They just shot up in price, the Spectrals. Let's try to get a few. This is a risky one, not gonna lie. And we got the Pegasians as well. We're gonna turn around and sell those back. Now, it's funny because we weren't getting a ton of luck on a lot of our flips here. But in the second half, we've been kind of controlling margins a little bit on some of these items. I mean, the biggest example here is the dragon crossbows. We've definitely been on margin for those and not really controlling it, but we've been the main player in the past couple of minutes trading these dragon crossbows back and forth. And it has been profitable for us, so very happy to see that. It's always interesting when you're a big market player on an item like this, and it's a good example to show you guys what that situation actually looks like. Still have 151 mil on hand as well. Don't know if I should just keep going and reinvest this. Probably, right? Let's see. A couple minutes left here. We did get a Spectral. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll hold it for now. Let's see. Spectral. Should be able to get it off for that. It's perfect as well. We almost are finished with the White Claws. Perfect timing for the end of the stream, man. Vulcan says, small earthquake happened. What? Might get more of that, so I'm going to get off and stay safe. See you later, Vulcan, man. Stay safe, man. That's crazy. Not volcanoes. Earthquake. Good luck. Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully your family's okay. Anyway. John Smith says he had a profitable flip until Flipping Old School made a video on it. Look, Flipping Old School makes some great content, man. I'm sure he didn't mean it. It just was luck of the draw, dude. Anyone could have been holding that item. I mean, it stinks to be in that position, but at the same time, man, it is what it is. You got to manage that risk, get out of that situation as best as possible, if you can, and move on. That is unlucky, though. Oh, I don't know if I should wait it out for the prices to recover or take the loss. It depends. If you think you can sell the item and make more money actively, then it's definitely worth doing that. But, I mean, It's always a tough question to answer, right? Radiant Mini says, what are your thoughts on buying items and making sets out of them? Super profitable way. You can make huge margins by doing that. It's a little bit more effort than a typical flipping session, but if you're really looking and trying to be scrappy and make some profit, it is an amazing way to do so, man. Mark Baker says, wait it out. You could also wait it out as well. 30 mil loss is pretty hefty, but it also depends on your cash stack, right? Someone with 5 bill would probably be more keen to taking a 30 mil loss. And look at the Spectral Spirit Shield coming in huge at the end of the stream here, guys. 545k on one Spectral, man. Super, super nice on top of the stream here at the end. Way to put us above the 2.4 mil mark. Incredible. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of effort to actually find those margins, get them working for you, and execute on them. So I'm very happy that we were able to sell those off there. We're going to lower these dragon crossbows down here a little bit. Everything else I think we'll leave while we're logged off here. Maybe we're not going to buy another Spectral though, but we did get that last one, which is super, super nice. Ancestral and Justiciar are good sets. Absolutely, man. Probably the best two sets you could combine. Also, Inquisitor is pretty good as well, but it's a little bit different now with real-time prices. And DJ giving us the nice. Yeah, that was super lucky. But anyway, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up there today. We made 2.45 mil in profit with a 50 mil cash tax. So it's not amazing. It's not terrible. It's about average, I'd say, for a 500 mil stack. So probably a little bit on the lower side. But anyway, guys, we are flipping at the most competitive time, so we can't be too upset about it. Definitely drop a like, guys, if you're watching over on YouTube. We're almost at 20 likes, so if we could get there, it would be super, super appreciated. 17 likes only requires a few more to get to that 20. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today. Join us on Discord if you want to learn more about flipping or money making in old school RuneScape. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one.